window. Here we see John Harvey taken by Donnelly head-on. You know, and of course, we haven't seen a lot of John Harvey this year, and Dallas has had his.
Hastings just tackled everything in sight. He is an incredible tackler. But West had their chances, but it just didn't work out that way for them. And despite the allegations that there were tries scored and goals kicked, I thought it was all eastern suburbs, and if they can play like that, they're going to give some of the more fancied team quite a big shock in this coming round.
Well, I didn't think there was any fluke about the win at all. This was a late decision we had to make, and I'd like to give thanks, if I may, to my Channel 7 Big League crew for altering the venue so dramatically. We had to a game cancelled at 9 o'clock and had to reset up and so forth. It was a great job to get a game to air last week for all the Sevens Big League fans. So congratulations to all the 7 Big League crew for getting such a great job of work done to get the van and all the other business there. And we saw a top game. There was no fluke about it at all. Very enthusiastic defensive display by Eastern Suburbs. Wests, I thought, were very flat, but I take no credit away from the Roosters. I thought Metcalf, obviously I thought he played well because I gave him my award. O'Reilly, Feltus, McFarlane, Fairfax had a top game. Hastings at halfback. Harvey had a strong game and scored that incredible try. That was a Bobby Simpson slip catch. We'll see that again later in the highlight. Mountier, I thought the inclusion of Mountier late in the game was a dramatic injection by Bob Fulton because the hooker Connors was being beaten for the scrum, and there's a little bit of a story behind that. Mountier had only played in the reserve grade that day. He'd been out for a while. Bob Fulton went down to the bench and asked him was he available to come on the field, and he said in Australianism, no, I'm too tired, I can't do it, my legs are bad. And Bob said, well, that's a pity, so slip into the dressing room and have a needle and out you come. So Mountier then walked up the track, I'm told, and was given his needles, and he walked out and played and won, I think, 3 of the last 4 scrums, which just about saved Eastern Suburbs because they were under pretty dramatic pressure late in the game. Am I right, Ferris?
They were under pressure.
And there were penalties too. There were 3 successive penalties, scrum penalties against East at that stage too. Which,
but West won the penalties and they won the scrums, which is, I felt, surprising.
Very disappointed with Boosted's involvement in the game, not from his point of view, but he touched the ball 8 times during the game. A couple of those times he fell on the ball, a couple of times he was at dummy half. He got the ball on one occasion with a bit of room and beat 3 men and looked dangerous, but he just doesn't get the ball at all.
Well, we talked about this early in the season. Bob Fulton, the coach, said at the time there, well, the breaks as they come, you can't make them. But I see he is now offered to let Kerry go looking for the ball because obviously he can't get the ball.
Well, they've got to do something to make sure that the man does get that's the controversial try, but we'll see it again on the slow motion disc, disallowed by both the touch judges. You'll see both the flags disallowing it. You know, what would have been very pleased with this catch, the Mosley chip.
What Mosley said.
The Harvey catch, and he got the split. I was pleased to see Harvey do something dramatic because he's had a bad season in lots of ways because he's been under a lot of fire. He's been suspended, and I think he must have been wondering what the hell football was all about in 1979. I'm delighted that Les, this is the side-on shot, we'll show you the head-on shot. You'll see clearly that he has the ball knocked from his arms. Bob O'Reilly's the man that really stops him making that extra yard. There he is disentangling himself. Now here's Boyd now. Watch for the right arm with the strapping on it. We'll freeze frame it as the ball goes out of his hands. There he is with the hand just short of the line. You'll see the ball go from his hands about now. There it is, gone. And it'll finish up 2 inches. His hand is off the ball, 2 inches.